Hi, everybody. Welcome to yet another interview with captains of AOEPL Season 2. With us today is Deadcorpse,
Mm.
captain of Jaipur Janniseries. Deadcorpse, welcome your first season as a captain. Last season, you were part of the team. It got runners up.
Right. Thank you very
So
much for having me as a captain.
it's
And
our pleasure.
like,
So, Deadcorpse, first of all,
mhm.
how it feels as a pressure of the captain.
uh, so what I would say is, last season I really wanted to be a captain, but I didn't have the bandwidth to be the captain. This season I really wanted to be a player, and I didn't have an option to be a player this season because all the lovely friends, you, Sultan, and even Modi, they were really after me. You should be the captain this time. So I'm blessed to have friends like these who, pushes you in the right direction and pushes you to be better.
So, thank you for accepting the request. For the audience, we as admin group wanted that cops to be the captain for multiple reasons. Since you have raised that topic, let me take some bandwidth and answer that. One of the reasons was uh, we wanted a representation from the runners-up team because we had representation from the winning team.
Mhm.
And among that, Aragon had to travel, so he was not available. And the second choice was you. And since you showed a slight openness to it, we pushed you through. The second part is it gives a fair elo distribution among the players.
Right.
Uh, if Aragon would have been the captain, like last time, he would have been the only low elo captain. What we realize, at least what I realized on the last auction, is it's important to have an equal distribution. Ideally, we required either a two tier 4 captains or a zero tier 4 captain would have made a better balance to the auction. And this
Mhm.
time, I think not that last time the auction was bad, but this time the feedback which we got after the auction, which I envisaged, is that the auction went more balanced because people had
Right.
comparable purse, unlike
Right.
one having a muscle power and the other having not having.
I totally
So
agree
with
with you.
yeah, and so with you coming in, that distribution was more fair in the nature.
Right.
So thank you for that. Next question to you, that cops.
Yes.
What was your preparation before the auction?
Uh, Basically, I had mapped out few players. I had made an Excel sheet to, make a balanced out team based on how much I can spend and all. So I had a strategy in mind. Adu, I would say, was more of a fluke, something I had not planned for. But yeah, I had a strategy in mind, and even with Adu, I had, you know, planned my plan Bs and plan Cs, as you would say.
So was Plan B only a part of the strategy?
Yeah. So I had considered all the possibilities. What, like, if one thing happens, then what would be the next? If this happens, then what would be the next?
Okay. And when the auction was happening, so for the audience, Dead Cops originally from Delhi is currently staying in Bangalore and is staying with his teammate Addu itself. So when the auction was happening, once you have purchased Addu, was Addu next to you when the auction was going on?
So when he got selected, he was nowhere near. He was busy in the gym.
Okay.
After he got selected, he was like, "What the fuck?" And then we both sat together, and half of the auction, he was, just sitting beside me, and we were having fun, giggling, and we were
Okay.
also, judging the pics of other folks.
So you could have gone for a partial sleep had it not been there because your purse was emptied after Addu.
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay. That cops.
Yes, sir.
You have been off the scene for some time, at least in the Mumbai lobby, because of
Right,
personal life, job, and everything, and not able to give time to the game.
right.
As a result, your elo have come down than what is your potential elo.
Yes.
So there are whispers that you are sasta. Do you think that will play a role in terms of benefit to you, because once you practice before the tourney and come up, you are confident that you can deliver a better knockout punch than your elo.
So what I would say is consistency does help. You know, if you're in the scene for a long time and consistently playing, it somewhere does add up. Like if you compare the game of Modi and if you look at other players such as Mr. Wrong, they have been consistently playing, and even other folks. So the game of each and every player has gone up. While mine, I would say, has gone down because I have not been part of the scene for a very long time. So even in terms of how different people will play and just the muscle memory of myself, so all these different things do come into picture just being off the scene for a long time. So yeah.
So, so you have already touched upon the point which I wanted to ask you, that between season one and season two, which is nearly a year, almost a
Yeah,
year,
right.
while the elos wouldn't have moved because elo is a zero sum game.
Right.
Broadly, what's your sense? What game you saw before the game of before the auction for players, and after the auction when you are preparing and guiding your teammates around it?
Right.
What's your sense in the broader improvement within tier 3, tier 4 of the game, both in terms of gameplay, build orders, and everything?
So what I've seen in the past 1 year is the gap between the tier 2s and tier 3s is closing down, and the tier 3 and tier 4 is also closing down. So these people, even if you consider new, if you give him, like if you put him in the right place at the right time, he can perform almost as good as a tier 2 player. So you know
So you mean when you can defeat Plan B also?
he's tier 1.
Yeah. So
But I'm
okay,
pretty sure he
okay,
can match up
okay,
Saracen.
okay. Yeah, I was about to name a consistent tier two, and you
Yeah,
said Saracen.
yeah,
From a time where a year and a half back, Saracen you didn't used to count you as a member in any of the teams. He used to say it's three versus four.
right.
Today we are seeing a potential where you might challenge Saracen, which will
Yeah,
be really a good evolvement if it happens
right.
on the Bombay server.
I'm really glad to see how even Fragstar and New seeing their gameplay, like while playing with them, while playing against them, how much they have improved over time. They are not the same they were like 1 year ago. I'm really happy to see like Bombay lobby as a whole is evolving.
Yeah, and being the most active lobby of of the game in India,
Right,
it has responsibilities of its own.
right,
So yeah, and the best part is most of the top players of the country do end up playing on Bombay lobby for lobby games.
right,
So yes, it adds to the fun and a bit of guidance. So
right.
anyways, this interview is about you as a player and as a captain. So let's come back to that rather than anything. So Dead Cops,
Right.
first question about your nickname, मुर्दा, ये नाम कैसे पड़ा?
Um, so I used to listen to a lot of heavy metal and all that, and I had that bit of influence. So, like 12 years ago, like 10, 12 years ago, I wanted to be, more metal, more hardcore. So Deadcorpse really seemed like, hardcore sort of a name. So that's how I stumbled,
So this is
Deadcorpse.
your name across all games?
Yeah. So earlier I used to have a lot of different nicknames, but later on I finally settled down to Dead Cops.
Okay. Again, for our audience, Dead Cops' brother is a very active gamer, a pro gamer, and has represented India in gaming circles. So
Right.
Dead Cops comes from that gaming fraternity. He comes from the fact that it is in his genes and blood. So yes, so it's very natural of him to be the cap.
I
So
think
Dead Cops coming to Age of Empires.
yeah.
What's your favorite save?
My favorite set is Frank's all-time favorite.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your worst save? The save you don't like?
I would say there are two civs. One is Aztecs and other is Incas. Both are like I hate the
So
same.
so 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 Deadcorpse is a knight player. He like knights.
Yeah.
So I will say that Incas, Aztecs, and Mayans will not be if so if there was a
With Mayans,
tournament,
I have an option to play archers. It is a really good archer seven. You have seen me play flank as well.
yes.
But if I'm playing Aztecs and Incas, I just feel so limited, especially if I'm pocket. I'm like, what do I do now?
Yeah,
FC Eagles?
I think plumes in as a pocket FC plumes can be deadly. So yes,
Yeah,
that freedom you have, which you
yeah,
don't have with Incas.
right.
So,
So like
and plume move fast.
right,
So they are faster than a normal archer. That
right.
helps.
Like
So
even
you will
in
like
1v1s, if I
mobility.
get Aztecs and Incas,
Hmm.
I would be so miserable. Like, why? Why is this
So
happening to me, bro?
so for all the audience out there, if there is a tournament where rather than picking Civ for yourself, if you have to pick Civ for an opponent, then you know what to do for that cause, what to give it to him.
I'll be picking it in Black Forest then. Aztecs are really good onagers. Sorry,
Yeah,
bro. I can
got
play
it.
half siege in that case.
Yeah, that's help they don't get. You have to get that
Pike
4
siege.
extra HP pikes.
Yeah.
The 4 attack extra, not
Right.
HP. HP is
Attack, attack.
yeah, attack. Right. In terms of maps, that cause what's your favorite map?
My favorite map is Arena.
Arena.
Yeah.
Welcome to the party, bro.
I know, right?
And
I think
yeah,
I started my game like when I just started playing Age of Empires. Arena was the one map I used to play a lot, and that is how I gained my initial like 1200, 1300s playing Arena one after the another.
got it. And what's the map you don't like at all?
What's the map I don't like? It would be Nomad.
Got it. But Arena Addu ko nahi pasand hai.
I
So it
know,
can't be your home map. Addu will not let you have Arena as a home map.
I know, right?
And even for that matter, New and Frag may not want it. So
Right.
you have chances of getting Arena as a away map rather than map.
True.
So
That is
that
true.
comes to the map pool.
Right.
Your comment as a captain, when you looked at the map pool,
Hmm.
do you think that does it make what what makes it is more complete? Is it that the you need to have different game styles and different build orders, or do you think it's because people with meta will do well? What's your sense there?
So I think the map pool that we have got, it gives everybody a chance. Each and every player, they have their own style. So if you talk about Moti, he's an arena specialist, close map specialist, I would say more. And if you talk about people like Adu, Fenrir, they like open maps more. So there is a place for each and every person. So the map pool gives an opportunity to be in the competition for each and every player.
Fair point. One player you envy or you feel in the player pool in the teams now,
Hmm.
whom you think that okay, I want to really take this guy down.
Sultan. I'm in his
Okay,
team.
not team. I talked about player, not the team.
Player, I would say, mm, player I envy. Hmm, that is a tough question. I think
Someone
Gravity. Gravity because he's challenging.
okay,
I like
someone
challenge.
you feel happy about. Okay, इसको मार के मजा आया गेम हारे जीते अलग है.
I think that would be Morty.
Okay,
Morty को
good,
मजा आएगा मार के.
good. ठीक है. And one player जिससे you will feel afraid कि यार इससे नहीं मरना है. किसी से भी मर जाओ बस इससे नहीं मरना है.
That would be Livy. लिवी से नहीं मरना यार बेइज्जती हो जाएगी.
Got it. Okay. One player you are happy to see in the player pool.
Adu would be the player I would say.
Okay. And that's why you bought him. Nice.
No.
And one player you are relieved that he's not part of the play.
uh, I don't think there would be anyone.
Okay, it doesn't mean personality. It may mean gameplay. It may mean elo. It may mean anything.
Mm,
Maybe a PC lagger. Anybody.
yeah, I don't think there is anybody. I would say like a person who should not have been. Like I don't think anybody is there.
Should not have been. It's you are
Like
happy that he's not there. You are
yeah,
relieved.
like no, no, no.
You are
There's
relieved that
I think the only person I would say is Doomster. He would
okay.
because if he was there, he would
दौड़ा
win
दौड़ा
the
के
tournament.
मारेगा.
He would win the tournament automatically because the kind of strategies he can make, especially
Yeah.
around the team he gets. It doesn't
Yes.
matter what elo is.
Hmm.
Doomster, he just auto wins the tournament. I've been
Got
in
it.
his team, so I know.
Battle of Maharaja.
Yes. So
Okay. हरामी
eh,
है लौंडा.
yeah. So he
Hmm.
somehow like if you give him time to prepare, he's the kind of person that will find a way to defeat you, no matter
So
what
by the
you.
way, coming to the topic, and since the time of this interview is such,
Yeah.
tomorrow's literally an hour from now. Sorry, a day from now,
Right.
we have the so match between Doomster and Dragon.
Right.
It's I think it is the first time they will be playing 1v1 on a live stream kind of a scenario. So
I
it's
think
it's going to be fun.
there was a Plan B tournament as well, right?
Yes, but not live stream. And
Okay.
that was
Okay.
a
Okay.
different setup because they didn't have their proper setups. Like Doomster didn't have his
Yeah.
proper setup and
Yeah.
stuff.
Right.
And the best of five, I think this is the first best of five among them. So it will be an interesting to
Right.
see what plans they have against each other.
Yeah, yeah. Like Doomster is a very versatile player, and versatile also mean in terms of map and also in terms of the strategies he brings. He will do
Yes,
something so crazy. You'll be like, damn, मजा आ गया देख के.
very true.
Yeah,
Now, coming back to teams and captains,
right.
which team do you think is something which you think you can defeat with a blink of an eye? One team where you think you'll have to really work hard.
Uh,
They may be in your pool, they may not be in your
I think JK's team.
which side? Blink of an eye or finding it tough to defeat?
ब्लिंक ऑफ एन आई जेके को तो कुत्ता बना के मारूंगा मैं लाइक जेके से तो पर्सनल खुंदक है मेरी
अच्छा.
लाइक उसको ब्लिंक ऑफ एन आई में नहीं मारा तो भाई थू है
Got it. So, so you don't think so you think water will not able to save JK.
प्लान बी वोंट बी एबल टू सेव
Okay, got it.
like each and like plan B is the kryptonite of the team.
True, very true. And one team you think you will have to sweat a lot to
It's
fight them.
Sultan's team, straight up.
Yeah. I think pre-tournament they are the favorite
Yeah,
teams
because they have a
from
very
the
balanced, both the sides are very balanced,
hmm,
and Gravity being like a very very mechanical player,
hmm.
he will definitely slow down Abdu, and
By the way, Gravity has made that comment off the record. Teams, I've not heard it, but कि अद्दू को तो मैं ही मार दूं.
like,
So,
I'm not sure if he can kill Adu because obviously uh, there is some weight to the ratings each and every player has. So if
hmm,
Adu is at 2100 rating, there must be some weight to it.
yeah.
Yeah,
So that's so interesting. Sultan's team is what you're looking up. JK's
yeah.
team is what you.
That's the first match you have set up. What do I
Yes,
do?
very true,
First
very
match you
true.
have given me like Sultan,
Not
जाओ.
I. That's the luck of the draw, man. That's the luck
नहीं
of
तुम
the
इसको
draw.
हरा you're like इसको हरा के दिखाओ तब तुम्हें मानेंगे.
So again, for the audience, for the benefit of the audience, the grouping was done by taking the total team elo of the Bombay server of the five players, and based on the ranking of it, we ranked them 1 to 8 and put 1, 4, 5, 8 in the same group and 2, 3, 6, 7 in the other group. So that's how we did it. So Deadcorpse, you have challenged JK and you have warned about Gravity and Sultan, but you have at the same time challenged them.
Yeah.
And you want to kill Morty. So you have kind of covered a lot of captains. One captain you think he was the best prepared when it comes to auction?
Best prepared. Hmm, I think it was me.
Okay, got it.
But preparation doesn't count. Sometimes you just mess up when
So,
you
so
actually.
you think you are prepared, but you messed up? Are you trying to hint that?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. That doesn't give confidence to Addu and your teammates.
So that's the thing. You should not be confident. You should be prepared. That's the message my team should get.
Okay. While I will not want to disclose you, but directionally, if you want to hint, you are a knight player. You love knights. You don't
Right.
like archers, but you have played as a flank in season one.
Right.
Addu is the best flank in this tournament, and
Right.
while he's decent pocket, but he's enough pocket when it compared to his flank plays. So will
Right.
we see a stack with Deadcorpse pocket with Addu, or will we see a two aggressive flanks?
That you'll have to see in the game because each and every team you have to prepare differently. Uh, so you have to play according to the team, not yours.
Right. So for me, the answer lies in whether New or Fragstar who plays the open map,
Right.
because Fragstar is a better flank and New I think is a better pocket.
Right.
So I think that's part of the strategy stuff to decipher in your team that who you will play flank or pocket,
Right. But
and that is
again,
why.
people should be very like last time also I was pretty flexible. My flank was pretty deadly. So, it can be anything. So just be ready for what you face. It can be me
Okay,
flank, Adu pocket
I
or
am looking forward to a game where I hope Morty plays flank and Agent plays pocket with you and Addu on the same side. It will be something interesting to watch.
or you can see like me and Adu both playing flank on the opposite sides. You never know. It can be anything.
Yeah, it can be
It will be
anything.
a
That's
mystery
true.
because our team is that flexible.
So, and final word to the audience. What should they expect from you and your team before we end the interview? And thank you for taking up the time.
Mm, they should expect some good games. They should not be disappointed while spectating our games. Whether we be in the finals or not, that's another debate. But we will give a fight, a very strong fight to each and every team that comes ahead of us. So they should brace for something deadly.
Thanks. This reminds me of one last question before we part ways. Sorry for adding this.
Yeah, no
So
issue.
in total, we will have 72 games in group stages.
Hmm. Wow.
And because you need to play all three, well,
Right.
semifinals and finals will be best of five.
Right.
So technically, you can have anything between 81 to 87 names.
Right.
In that, what do you think will be the duration of the quickest game arranged? And what do you think will be the duration of the longest game?
So considering Frag is in our team, the duration can be pretty long. Matches are not going to be short, as you know.
Yeah.
But I think if me and Adu get rolling, they can expect a game to be ended within 15 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, especially on the open maps.
So you are saying less than 20 should be the shortest game, one of the
Yeah,
games, and probably a couple of hours for one of the longest game, with
yeah.
Fragistan deciding not to resign.
We have the most resilient player. Like, what can you say?
Yeah.
He's just not
It's
ready
not
to die and give
hey,
up.
it's not easy to kill new, and it's not easy to make Frag resign. So yes, your team probably will.
We are legit the most resilient players. You consider Adu, me, new Pragstar, we just don't die. Adu because of skills, and rest three of us because we are cockroaches.
Very true, very true. So
Yeah.
yes, we expect Jaipur Janniseries to be part of the longest game. Incidentally, last season also, Jaipur Janniseries was part of the longest game with Deadcorpse team only in that Registered Fortress game when
Yeah.
Jaipur was being led by Modi. That was a
Right.
pretty long game.
Yeah.
So
That was a torment for me. Please don't remind such bad memories.
thank you, Deadcorpse, for a wonderful time. It was good speaking with you. Good to know you. Thank you from the admin group to be the captain. Thank you for the audience to talking with us. Thank you,
You're most
Deadcorpse. See
welcome,
you around for good
Bond.
luck with the games.
Most welcome, Bond, and thank you very much for second season of such a lovely series. I would have loved to see the old Hiten and VKB part again of the season three.
Yeah, they both had travel issues, but
Yeah,
hopefully season three will see a better two.
right.
Thanks,
Always good to
guys.
have good players.
Yes. It's always good to have everybody.
Yeah,
Let me put it.
yeah, true.
Thank you, everybody.